G'day folks, and welcome to the February 2024 edition of Great Chesterford Junction. And what we're going to look at in this episode is the continuation of the work that I was doing in the January episode, which is moving down the side of the rail in Bamford there alongside the terrace cottages and near the footbridge and all that sort of thing. So it's a continuation of building the wall next to the track and all that sort of thing, and a couple of other bits and pieces. So I can show you that now. So we'll go and have a look. So I'll see you at the end. Right, last time folks was all about getting this this wall in here, which has been completed. This goes all the way around up around the bend there, and the last time you saw this it wouldn't have had the capping on it, but all that's been done. The wall's gone all the way around up around the bend, and we were talking about this garden area last time. So we've moved on further from there, and we've gone past the footbridge here, and now what we've completed here is this second area where the terrace stands basically on its own. This garden here has got its hedges put in, and there's a little gravel path that leads up to a little gate for a board crossing, and I've put some little side gates on there. There's a sign on the gate as well to sort of warn people to close the gate if they're going to use the board crossing. The board crossing's new. That's all made from balsa that's been scored, and that just goes right across to the station platform and across all the way across the tracks. And then of course we keep going. You've probably noticed this little building here just a second ago. So I'll come back to that one, but the first thing I made for this area here was this Scale Scenes garage kit. Yes, it's a download from Scale Scenes. I have personalised it with signs, for example BG's garage, and yeah, that relates to me. And one of the members on platform 1 noted that I had the wrong AA sign on there for the period, so I needed a much older AA sign. And I've put MG Garage on there and some stuff on the side there as well. The major difference with this kit is the fact that I didn't use the standard roof that came with the kit, which is a flat sort of panelled roof. Instead I've used some corrugated card to put on the roof, so it makes it a bit more, I think it gives it a bit more texture. Yeah, so you can see that when you get right down into it, folks, if we take the little Morris out of there, there's even there's a hoist in there that comes with the kit. I don't know whether you can see that. It's a bit tricky, but there is a hoist in there, and yeah, that's all part of the kit, including the paving floor. So all that's stuck down now. To the right of that, and in between the garage and the end terrace there, I've used a Railway Scenics kit here for lock-up garages. Now the original kit comes as a 2 garage kit, and it's made from thick card, and it's 2 layers thick, and I thought, well, if I made it 1 layer thick I can double the size of this thing. So that's what I've done. And I was very confident from the outset that 1 layer of card would make it perfectly rigid enough and strong enough to survive. So the fundamental difference with this kit is I've added some Scale Scenes brick paper on this kit, and on the roof they had a printed, I think it was tiles, printed tiles. What I've done is I've used the corrugated card again, but to help the card gain a bit of strength, I've put some thick card below that. So there's a base of thick card and then the corrugated card on top. The way it's weathered has prompted some questions on platform 1. You know, and how'd you do the rust and all that sort of thing. The corrugated card initially is just coloured this dark grey with a graphic marker. And then to get the rust effect and the white staining, etc., I've just used crayons. Simple, everyday crayon. Just put a streak on here and there, and that's the effect you get. I've got a little packet of crayons for I think $3, and there's 24 colours in there. Also for effect, I've added this little patch-up piece of corrugated iron in the corner there, just to be different. And then of course in front of the garage we've put a gravel area. I should point out too that the floor in the garage is just a piece of card that's been coloured grey, cement colour, and I scored some lines in there to sort of show joints and all that sort of thing. And we've put a little hedge around separating the garage from the road and sort of showing the border there between the lock-up garages and the commercial garage there. And in the process I've been adding grass down the back just to sort of complete these areas, so that as I work along they sort of complete as they go. Which sort of leads us to this area here, this whole section here. Yes, this area here I need to be removable because I need to access track that's sort of about there but down below Bamford here. So this whole section here needs to be removable. So if I just take the little cars off there for a second. So and initially here I had a sort of a triangular shaped piece of polystyrene mounted on a plywood base that I could lift out. But the problem with it was, like when I take this off you'll see there's a triangular area under there. The problem with it was that this area from my giant hill here with the tree overlaps, as it does here, overlaps that polystyrene area. So in order to get it out properly I had to take off the hill, which is not necessary. It's no big deal to take it off, but it's not really necessary if you can avoid it. So when I came to sort of reassessing this area here, I was talking to my friend Gary, who was over for a visit one night, and talking about this problem here, taking the hill off, and he said, well, why don't you cut the end of the hill off and then glue it to this piece? And I thought, gee, Gorman, that's blooming obvious. Why didn't you think of that? You know, so that's what I did. So I've made up a new ply base here, and I measured very carefully and cut this end of the hill off, actually with a hacksaw, because it's a nice fine blade and everything. So what you can do now is, I'll use the tree as a sort of a handle. You can lift this up and just take it off, and you can see the vast cavern beneath. I can get my hand down in there and I can feel 1, 2, 3, at least 3 tracks there, 4. I can feel 4 tracks there, and you know I've got a good area to move around. But to put it back on, it's no big deal. It's probably best if I actually take off this terrace first, because it butts up to that and there's a little bit of a gap that we need to keep in mind. Just get that right, put that back on there, settle down, put the terrace back on, sits in its spot. Yeah, so that's what happened. Now the future for this area here is approximately, it's a bit more than 200 millimeters wide, and I've got about 100 millimeters of depth there. So what I've decided on doing there is putting in some low set industrial units, small manufacturing sort of things, like floor suppliers, or maybe bespoke furniture makers or something like that. That sort of industry that looks like it comes, say, from the 1960s. I've been doing some research online and I've found quite a few pictures of industrial units, and I've found one in particular that I like, and I'm working on that at the moment. So drawing up the plans and all that sort of thing. I've printed them out actually. I've just got to get to the point where I fix them to card and start cutting it out. So that's the plan for there. There'll be 3 industrial units, very small ones actually. They'll probably sit a bit lower than this garage, and yeah, I can show you that next time. And then in this foreground area here, I'm thinking of maybe a bit of a mound, bit of grass, maybe even a bus stop here somewhere, a bus shelter maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out with the industrial units here, and I might need a bit more road space on this area here. If I was bringing a bus down here, it's got to be able to turn around, and I'm just looking at it now, there's not really enough room. But anyway, we'll have a think about that. So that's all up in the air at the moment. But what is for sure is the industrial units are going there. So yeah, I sort of play it as it goes, folks, with this thing. You know, whatever looks right at the time is what goes in. Anyway, that's about all I can tell you for the moment. Okay, folks, well, I hope you enjoyed that. So that's about all I've got for you this week. So take it easy, hang in there, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Gourmet.